Alpha Team is flying around the movie adaptation zone situated in northwest Raccoon City. We're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission.
No!
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a movie trilogy. Victims' hopes for a decent movie adaptation were apparently eaten. Bravo Team went to watch the trilogy and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
No!
It was Bravo Team's helicopter, not just a flashlight. Nobody was in it, but strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
Bravo Team, you're pitiful.
What? What is this?
Hey, over here! Come here! Look at this! You're not listening to me! I'm Joseph Frost! Over here! Hey guys, I think I'm gonna be alright. Sorry. Don't come this way! Whoa!
Wait, guys, hold on! Joseph!
He's a Joseph sandwich.
No! Don't go!
Whose idea was it to leave the guy with the nickname Chicken Heart in the helicopter?
Jill, run for that house!
Thought that's what we were already doing, Chris.
Quiet, Jill, we've lost Barry.
What?
Oh no!
Yep, we have no idea where Barry is.
There are only 3 movies left: Resident Evil, Apocalypse, and Extinction. We don't know where Degeneration is.
I got a
Chris Redfield. Jill Valentine. Barry Burton. Joseph Frost. Albert Wesker. Resident Phelous. Now, I know this is going to come off as a big shock, but I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil series, but just like with Silent Hill, its film adaptations are a completely different story, and while the first movie isn't its worst, it has an interesting history behind it. Originally, George Romero was to write and direct the Resident Evil movie after he had directed a couple commercials for Resident Evil 2 in Japan, or as it's known there, Biohazard. Romero had finished his script and even had someone play through the first game while he watched, so he had a good idea of what it was actually like, and his script was about the Arkley Mansion incident from the original Resident Evil. Now, I have to admit, I probably would have had my problems with the Romero version of Resident Evil as well. There certainly were some odd things going on in this script. Jill and Chris were involved romantically in the Romero script, and Chris wasn't a member of STARS. He was a farmer, but at least he had Chris in there. Wesker pretty much lets everyone know he's a dick right away, and his bosses have even connected the mansion's bombs to his heart rate. Cause if Wesker dies, fuck everything, I suppose. The twist with Wesker in this story being that he's told everyone they're looking for the antivirus, but really he's looking for information on Tyrant to sell to Umbrella. Let's just hope he doesn't get too excited when he meets Tyrant and his heart skips a beat.
It's magnificent.
Other STARS members like Kenneth, Richard, and Forrest all play a bigger part in the story.
Just take a look at this. It's Forrest. Oh my God.
And of course there are some new characters added as well, like Rosie Rodriguez, who coincidentally seemed a lot like Michelle Rodriguez's character in the actual movie. Though she seemed to have a strange obsession with living everywhere, she even spouted this "live here now" catchphrase right before she died. Also, Ada Wong shows up despite being a character from Resident Evil 2 as an Umbrella scientist. I just love the absurdity of this. His films inspired this game series. He writes the film adaptation and they tell him, no, that's not good enough. But on to that, thing that did actually happen. We start off with some talk about the Umbrella Corporation and how they love the experimentation. But some employee also loves contaminating their laboratories with
the T-virus!
The computer seems to take its sweet time before actually deciding to close the lab off. Don't you think where they're working with such biohazardous materials, the labs would be cut off from the rest of the building already?
What is that? Fire drill.
You'd think there might be quite the difference for the alarm for a fire drill versus virus contamination.
What's wrong with you?
So the computer starts pulling a bunch of funny pranks like letting elevators fall to their doom. Looks like these guys are next and oh, looks like they have emergency brakes on this one. Guess the people they didn't like as much had to use that other one. And then we're introduced to our main character, Alice, played by Mila Jovovich, naked! And don't worry, this is hardly the last time she ends up naked. Screenwriter-director Paul W.S. Anderson liked her nude scenes so much he married her. Well, they met while making this movie, so I'll just assume that was the reason. She's lost her memory, so she wanders around aimlessly until this team from Umbrella shows up. They take her and this other guy who randomly showed up as well down with them into the labs, which is called the Hive, which is right below the house. Michelle Rodriguez does what she does best in this movie and plays a complete bitch.
You got a problem?
Then they find another random guy.
He's fine. Memory loss, just like the other one.
What? What is this?
We all work for the Umbrella Corporation. The mansion above us is an emergency entrance to the Hive. You are security operatives placed there to protect that entrance.
So yeah, there are also Umbrella agents who live a fake marriage in a house to hide a lab. Makes perfect sense.
Why can't I remember anything?
The Hive has its own defense mechanisms, all computer controlled. A nerve gas was released into the house.
I'm failing to see what use releasing that gas was, other than plot convenience, of course. They go right into the labs without gas masks or anything, which just boggles my mind as these people have been sent by Umbrella to find out what's happened down here. Since the T-virus is apparently airborne in these movies, Umbrella should have a good idea of that, and this team was sent by Umbrella. And not only that, they just got finished talking about how the computer could gas them if it feels like it.
This is gonna slow us down.
Yeah, it's probably not a safe idea to walk through that. Oh, never mind. Well, this team doesn't seem very worried about any contaminants, so I guess they at least trust the computer system, right?
5 hours ago, Red Queen went homicidal. Sealed the Hive and killed everyone down here.
The Red Queen is what they call their computer system, so perfect. Umbrella's the best.
Dining Hall B. That's what it says on the map.
Maybe you're reading it wrong.
Maybe the corporation's keeping a few secrets down here. Something you're not supposed to see.
So Umbrella would want to mislabel this huge cargo bay dining room to hide it from their own team. Why? Not that I'd put it past Umbrella in this movie. They seem pretty damn incompetent. They attempt to access the control room to shut the Red Queen down when...
What's that?
This girl was put on the team because of her reaction time.
Open the door!
We're going into shock.
Stay away! It's coming fire!
I'm almost there. Come on!
If it could do that, why wouldn't it have done that on the first sweep? So we've just had about half the team killed by lasers. Isn't that what you think of when you think Resident Evil? Lasers? Remember all the lasers in the games? That doesn't count! Well, you guys can at least check on the guy who only had his fingers cut off? Guess not.
Get out! Get out! You can't be in here.
Don't listen to anything she says. She's a holographic representation of the Red Queen,
You have to get out.
modeled after the head programmer's daughter.
Blah, blah, blah. She's the Red Queen. Blah, blah, blah.
You're all going to die down here.
You can't kill me!
So with the Queen shut down, it releases all the zombies, finally.
JD, we got a survivor!
Rodriguez's character Rain sticks her hand in this person's mouth to see if they're okay. Doesn't turn out too well. Did Umbrella give their team any information on what they were checking on? It's your own damn team, Umbrella. You can tell them at the very least people might be infected. Don't let them chew on you. After they kill that zombie, he's expecting some more lasers to come around the corner, but in an actual twist, there's more zombies in the supposed Resident Evil movie.
See how easy that was?
Oh, bad day for that guy. At least he got killed by zombies, though. Then we see these Umbrella soldiers barely have a clue in their heads.
Why didn't we see them on the way in?
When you cut the power, you unlock the doors. You let them out.
Okay, first he's the tech guy. He should have known that. And then we have Rodriguez's character blaming him for it like it wasn't the job they were sent down there to do in the first place.
Whoa. I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
What? Anyway, the other random Matt is actually trying to find his sister, and he has! Yay! Oh, except she's a zombie. Oh no! Matt and his sister are trying to expose what Umbrella's doing, and Alice remembers that she was his sister's contact.
I can help you get the virus. I have access to security codes, surveillance plans.
Well, I'm glad we had this wonder team on the case so that they could stop Umbrella before anything bad happened. Since the Red Queen had earlier said,
You're all going to die down here.
they decide obviously she's the best one to help them. Well, maybe a shutdown restart fixed the problem. It usually does. And if she's bad again, they got a button to send her endless YouTube comments until she Surprise! The Red Queen explains what zombies are to them, you know, those killy things that aren't lasers, and that she sealed off the lab and killed everyone to prevent further spread of the T-virus infection. So, in case of emergency, basically their plan was delete fucking everything! Umbrella must have thought giving the computer a way to contact them in case of such a disaster would have been silly. Oh, the tech guy gets stranded with a bunch of zombies and tells the others to go! So sad, but... Oh, he shot a zombie, then crawls out a duct behind him. Why he just didn't do that right away instead of sitting there letting them have this big discussion on whether to leave him or not, I don't know. I was some worried that character made some kind of noble sacrifice or something. Thank fuck that didn't happen. Alice remembers there's an antivirus, but her fake husband remembers he was the one who stole the virus and infected the lab at the start of the movie. Thank you! Because this amnesia gas Umbrella sprayed them with makes your memory return when it's most convenient to the plot. Unfortunately, no one can really remember why there's the Alice in Wonderland references in this movie because, well, those were only really pertinent in an earlier version of the script.
I don't know what we had, but it's over.
Oh, fuck off.
I can't believe that son of a bitch is gonna get away with this.
I don't think so. I've been a bad, bad
girl. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Resident Evil. Who's that character? It's Wesker!
Wesker! Umbrella?
Now that it has fed on fresh DNA, it will mutate, becoming a stronger, faster hunter.
I find it kinda odd for them to refer to the liquor as a hunter when there's a creature in Resident Evil called a hunter. The Queen won't let them go until they kill Rodriguez as she's been bitten, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense since the T-virus is airborne in this movie, you know, hence the reason the Queen killed everyone in the lab already, so Alice and friend aren't any safer.
The bitch wouldn't open the door. So I had to fry her.
Wait, so he had kept the remote to fry the Queen with him even though he had contemplated suicide back there? Wouldn't you think throwing that over to them might have been an idea? Whatever. So they inject Rodriguez with the antivirus, but the mutant liquor attacks, infecting Matt. Oh, the antivirus didn't work. Oh well, at least it's the medium good ending for Alice and Matt. Well, except for that Matt being infected thing. Quick, Alice, get him some of that extremely effective antivirus! Wait, you guys, don't interfere. She's gotta save him.
He's mutating. I want him in the Nemesis program. Let's see if she's infected. We're reopening the Hive. I want to know what went on down there.
Well, if you'd better equipped your team you'd just sent down, or had the computer so it'd send you such information, you'd already know that! Anyway, the perfect book ending happens when Alice wakes up naked! Told you it wouldn't be the last time, and don't worry, it's not exclusive to the first movie. She escapes and finds the city in ruins, and oh, how nice! A reference to Romero's Day of the Dead, the guy who was going to write this movie until you said his script wasn't good enough. This movie isn't that bad. It had its own separate story, like the Silent Hill movie should have, and while I would have liked to seen a well-done movie about the Arkley Mansion incident, considering the way the sequels turned out, they're definitely better off this way. That said, we really haven't hit terrible with these movies till we get into the second one, where they decide to introduce Jill. Jill Sandwich.
This wasn't even plugged in. What the fuck?